We have some new information here at 6 o'clock on that deadly shooting at an immigration facility in Texas.
Yeah, investigators say it appears the gunman was targeting ICE agents. Jenna Barnes is in the WGN newsroom with the very latest for us. What have you found out, Jenna?
Well, Ray and Micah, the victims in this shooting are immigrants, but as the shooter fired shots from a rooftop, investigators believe he was targeting ICE. The Department of Homeland Security says a sniper opened fire on this ICE field office in Dallas early this morning, shooting indiscriminately at the building and at a van in the Sallyport. That's where DHS says 3 detainees were shot, one of them killed, 2 critically injured. No ICE agents were hurt.
Early evidence that we've seen from rounds that were found near the suspected shooter contain messages that are anti-ICE in nature.
FBI Director Kash Patel posting this image of a bullet from the scene marked with the phrase anti-ICE. Other photos from DHS show a bullet hole in a window and inside the building.
There's some evidence that we have that's not yet public, but we know this person was politically motivated. They were politically motivated to go after law enforcement. They were politically motivated to go after people who are enforcing our border. And I think that is the most disgusting thing.
A law enforcement official identified the suspect as 29-year-old Joshua Jahn to the Associated Press. A former FBI counterterrorism agent tells WGN News the shooter appears to be an amateur.
That suggests that there was an ideological decision-making in deciding to do this shooting, and that he was aiming at the law enforcement officers, not the detainees.
President Donald Trump announcing on his Truth Social account that he'll sign an executive order this week to dismantle what he calls domestic terrorism networks, saying, "I am calling on all Democrats to stop this rhetoric against ICE and America's law enforcement right now."
We should not be putting language out there that inspires madmen to commit evil crimes.
The level of political violence and ideologically motivated violence across the spectrum
Why he sound like Obama?
is far too high in the United States of America right now. We need leadership that brings people together, not national leadership that tears people apart.
Police say the shooter took his own life. The victims' names have not yet been released, but the Mexican Foreign Affairs Ministry says one of the injured is from Mexico.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Got some serious news.
So you telling
reports
me
say
that basically somebody thought it was okay, right? They thought it was okay to go and shoot at an ICE facility. That's the saddest part of it all right there. And let's just say you go to an ICE facility and there's speculations that this person wasn't aiming at the detainee. They weren't aiming at the agents. They were aiming at the detainees, right? Now, if that was true, then why would he shoot 2 random bullets inside of the office itself, not knowing where it's going? To what? Shoot detainees? No. Like, and I understand the rhetoric that everyone's saying. Oh man, they were really looking for the agents. No. They were looking for the agents, but they weren't trying to shoot because they're trying to speculate, since it was a white male, that they were trying to shoot the immigrants that they captured. And that makes sense, but it doesn't make sense when you look at the bullet casings and the casing says anti-ICE on it. So I guess this is the new wave, right on the bullets before you commit a heinous crime, and then do one or two things: try to run away and escape, or just unalive yourself. And then again, if you did something like this, just expect you're going to be in prison for the rest of your life. So do what you think you should do, but at the end of the day, you shouldn't even do that. You shouldn't even go that far. That being said, man, it's got to stop. And it's not even that it just got to stop and that it's disgusting. It's just like, come on, man, is this going to be the future of taking out your opponents? You know what I'm saying? And they're not even affecting nothing. This is a ICE facility. What made you so? And one of the friends I said in when I heard that the friend said that he got real political randomly, and it's like I'm political too, but I'm not political to the stance where it's gonna ruin my day-to-day life. I don't really too much care about it, to be honest, because the world's gonna function how it is. I'm gonna vote how I want to vote. That's it. I'm just one vote, and that's how I see it. Unless I want change, I will run for office. But in the meantime, I'm just gonna vote my conservative ways, and that's it. I vote based on what I want my family to live from. I want, hey, this is my views. This is how we're going to vote. Simple as that. I'm not taking it that far. The max that I'm going with is my voice on the internet. That's as far as I'm going, other than actually applying to be in a position of power. Other than that, nothing. I'm not about to go try to take somebody out, but that's me, of course, right? I'm a sane mind individual. Right. The killer part about this is like, they're mostly white people, bro. Like, come on. Y'all, not only are you born with such privilege, right? And it's cool to have it, you know what I mean? That your parents set you up correctly. Not only are you born with such privilege, you take that privilege and just throw it away, which is kind of a spit in the face for the people that you're pretending to protect. You get what I'm saying? So you want to protect the immigrants, you want to protect the black people, you want to protest, but then you're throwing away such a great life that you have for someone that, you know, don't have such a great life, and we would switch those lives with you so quickly, right? And the only reason I say that is because you don't have to do that. You have white power, let's say, and that power can move stuff around. You can talk to certain people and get things moving and make it work in your aspect. Like if you actually apply it, like the privilege that some blacks and some Mexicans have claimed that the white people have, use it. Use that privilege and try to change some things in office, bro. But to go there and just use your anger, I think it's a unintellectual thing to go and use your anger instead of your words. Because if I'm debating with you or just having a discourse, a conversation with you, and you just are so angry that you want to use force and want to fight me, that means you're below me. That means you're not even the type of person that I would even have a conversation with, because you can't discuss. You can't have a discussion about what you agree with or disagree with. You have to use your anger, your power. You know, you got to use your force, and everybody can use their force. So it's like two presidents fighting. We both know we got the power to do something, but why would we? It will cause so much mayhem. So let's just keep it copacetic. Let's just debate and argue about what we want. If we need to go to war, we'll go to war. Other than that, we're not pressing the button. We're not pressing the nuclear button for a reason, because we understand the power. But then you got people that are going haywire that's on that person's team that are trying to press the button, that is starting trouble for the big group. Now, I'm not going to say these, of course, these are Democratic supporter killers, let's say, but I'm not saying that all Democrats, there's no way you can believe all Democrats are like this. Yes, some of them are outspoken, and cool, you have the right to do that. It's your First Amendment. But I'm not going to say all Democrats are extreme killers, but the proof states at the moment you are. Just say, at the moment, you guys are killers. Unfortunately, now you're killing the wrong people. Yes, that's the problem right here. You're now hurting the same people that you're trying to protect. And that's your flaw, because you're supposed to try to protect them. Instead, you're trying to take out ICE agents. You know how many ICE agents they got, bro? It's going to take a lot of y'all. And then on top of that, you kill 2 people and injure another person. These are people that actually got families. They'd rather be deported. It's like when I get in a car accident. I say, you get in a car accident, hurt yourself, break your leg. But you're like, oh, I get my insurance claim. I get to take my time off of work. That's good. I just rather not get hit by a car. I'd rather not have to take time off of work. I'd rather not have to heal now. So these people rather go and get deported than get shot and killed. For sure. I guarantee that's what they rather do. Because now they really can't see their family ever. Instead of their family coming to Mexico or coming whatever land they go to, or conversating them on the phone. So as a Democrat, what makes you believe that you have the power to take away life? And then not only that, you take away life of an important individual to them. We're just deporting them. You're killing them. That's a whole different spectrum. And I want y'all to understand that and get that deep in your brain. The United States is just doing what the United States is supposed to do. And they always been supposed to do it. So you're mad at something that is the rule. And then you go and do something illegal. Thou shalt not kill, and you kill. You go do something illegal and kill those people when they could have just got deported to their land and still been able to talk to their family, raised, got money sent from the U.S. back to Mexico, wherever they live. But instead you get a white extremist liberal and they thinking that it's okay. That's supposed to be your side. How you going to kill somebody off your side? That's like you in a shootout and you accidentally kill your friend from friendly fire. it's despicable, really. It's not disgusting, it's despicable, because this type of mindset, it's like, why would you even think that it was okay to pick the gun up in the first place? Now you end up killing your own people that you're trying to protect, supposedly. But maybe it's not even about protecting immigrants. Maybe you're just anti-government. And some of you guys got to think about that. Some of these people, this is anti-ICE, if you talk about transgender, then I'm anti that. It's like, dude, it's not that serious, for real. Just debate your reasons on why if you can convince people, you can convince people. If you can't, then you can't. What are you supposed to do with that? Yell all your life at people? Oh, I think you should believe what I believe. Yes, I think people should believe how I think. You know how many black people I think that's not thinking how I think? And I'm like, damn, I'm alone. What, I'm going to start murking them? I'm going to start killing people off because of that? No. Why would I do that? That doesn't make sense. I'm going to use my words, my influence, my brain to trying to get and influence the rest of the blacks that don't understand what I'm understanding. Maybe because you ain't seeing what I'm seeing. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not about to force them. My force is me getting on YouTube and conversating with individuals trying to have a interesting dialect. That's my convincing. I have, most of my friends are liberal, completely. Most of them. When I'm there, we're talking about things and we can agree to disagree. We just push back and forth ideas. That's it. That's all there is to it. They agree to disagree, move on. We'll talk about this at another time. You know what I'm saying? It's not that big of a deal, because now this is becoming like a gang. This is becoming about the red versus the blue, which Kendrick Lamar kind of insinuated back in his one album. I forgot the name of it. It's the one with the White House and shit on it. He kind of insinuated, Crips and Bloods, you know what I'm saying? Republicans and Democrats. Democrats, you know what I'm saying? This is despicable, because not only are you killing people, the person you're trying to kill, you don't get killed. Sometimes God protects certain people. Now, for instance, for Donald Trump is protected. I don't care what y'all say, because y'all try to take him out just like you did Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk, he had the spiritual word, but he must have not been protected in that aspect. But it's okay either way, because you made a martyr out of him. So I'm going to be honest. For the Democratic leaders, I'm going to end it with this. The Democratic leaders, y'all got to come out and y'all got to stop the rhetoric against anti-Trump, anti-ICE, because what's going on is the people that you're convincing, they can't debate the people that are doing their job. So they're killing the people, which are doing what? And you got to think about what it's causing. The effect of the cause. The cause, so basically, say J.B. Priester. Trump is a threat to democracy. He needs to be expunged. Stuff, rhetoric like that, wording like that, right? So then the liberal, or a very radical liberal, will take that information and go back and be like, you know what? He's right. I got to take him out then. He goes and tries to take him out. And then all those Democrats that are on that middle ground, that's like, I'm Democratic, but I'm not this type of extreme Democrat. I don't like the way that they're handling stuff. They're not handling it how I was born to handle it. They're actually killing people. I don't agree with this rhetoric. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to vote independent next year, or I'm going to vote conservative, because I don't trust that the Democrats are doing the right thing when it comes to debating correctly and going through the process. Because when this guy kills someone and everybody's haranguing, what, they think all Democrats are like that? No. Because I know a lot of I work with old people all the time. Older Democrats don't think that way, that people should die. They don't believe that it's extreme. The young Democrats, like 25, 28 and lower, yes, they believe, kill him, right? No. So for the people that aren't thinking, what you really need to think about is, will this benefit my party in the future? And I'm speaking for Democrats. Will this benefit my party in the future, that these people are killing people? So what you need to do as a Democratic leader is tell your fellow Democrats to relax, take your time, do it the legal way, and don't use your force, because you not condemning it is the reason why it's happening. Because not once have anyone said, you didn't see J.B. Priester say anything about Charlie Kirk and how it shouldn't happen. Nobody said anything about Donald Trump. Oh, we just need to stop the political violence. How about you tell them that this isn't the way we do it? We do it the old-fashioned way. We talk it out. We debate. You know what I mean? Because like I said, it's just going to cause mayhem in the future. You're trying to harm people that are actually armed. And those people could do what you're doing to them times 10. Not saying they will, but they could. And you're just poking the bear. It's just best for y'all to chill and do it the righteous way. Convince people on your words and not on your force. Because what you chose to scare people into the Democratic Party. Come on. We got to be reasonable, fellas. We got to be reasonable. And this is the reason why I don't like the talk that J.B. Prister and Brandon Johnson speaks of, because that type of rhetoric and that type of talk basically insinuates that these people are such a threat to our democracy and our republic, technically, such a threat to the United States that they need to be taken out. Like that's going to solve anything. It's not. It's really not. So it's just best for everybody to just calm down. Really, the Democrats to calm down, because Republicans ain't doing nothing but using their words. And then they take something small like the school hanging and try to blame the white people when there's no proof of that. It's your boy, Angelo Savage. Y'all tell me what y'all think about this in the comment section. I really want y'all to debate this, man. If you can debate in the comment section. You know, just don't harm nobody. That's all I'm saying. Use your words and not your muscles. That's it. It's your boy, Angelo Savage, man. Make sure y'all subscribe. Peace.